Nonprofit or business in need of more funding, overwhelmed by the search of potential funders and not seeing the results you would like? I am Michelle Rollins, veteran, military spouse, a grant writer expert and fundraising professional. I have transformed ideas to real-life transformations in many nonprofits and businesses. Let me transform your ideas to a whole new level. Reach out today for a consultation. Find me at Michelle Rollins LinkedIn and Facebook, and at Michelle Rollins Rants on YouTube. Welcome to Grant Writing with Michelle. I'm your host, Michelle Rollins, and you are on ESPN Richmond 106.1 FM, powered by Mike King Biz Media. Thank you for tuning in today. I have two great folks with me today. I am kind of taking off my work hat for this segment and bringing in my board role. Many of you know that I volunteer in our military communities. I've served in this role for over a decade, love it, it's part of my life. I've actually been on the other side of it and have been given this been kind of received on the other end as well when we were going through hardships. And I see just how much it's grown. And so it was so fitting to bring back a returning partner to the Holiday Helper Association at Fort Gregg, Adams, Virginia, which our partner is the Chesterfield County Police Department, mouthful here, for 5 years, and then bring on a new partner to collaborate with them, which is the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce. So I have Webb and I have Corporal Eckridge with me here today, and I appreciate both of you being here, giving time to our military communities that also are part of Chesterfield community. They're part of our first responder community. We have many that serve in a department not only locally in our community, but also for our country. And then we have many business owners that are veterans or currently have maybe a family member that's serving. And as well, Chesterfield citizens, we have many in the community that have given time for our country and they want to give back to their own. So it was just so fitting to bring both of you together to help this mission of leaving no child, no military service member, no veteran behind. So thank you both for being here.
Of course, thanks for having us.
Yes, so let's start with you real quick. So you have been, Chesterfield County Police Department has been a partner for the last couple years. You have brought boots on the ground to Fort Gregg, volunteered your time, helped wrap, helped be an elf. You have also collected items to go toward our mission every year at different locations for the Chesterfield County Police Department, which we are going to do again this year. And I know you were on my show recently with the community engagement piece. Can you share with our audience out there how this is important by being that connector between our community and between being a police officer? And why it's important. Sorry.
No, you're fine. As I told you last time, when I take off this uniform, I'm a citizen of the county.
Yes.
So I have, a vested interest in that connection. And with the size of Chesterfield and the size of the police department, we need as much help as we can get.
Yes.
Because the county's ever expanding. It's 370-some thousand people, and our police department's a little over 500.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of scope of what we're dealing with. And also, it's just the right thing to do.
Yes.
The calling is very similar between the military and first responders, and part of the job is giving back to the community. It's being a public servant is the key part of it. So you can't put a price on the bond that there is. And this gives us the opportunity to be seen in a little more human light as well.
Yes.
Now I've got my little Santa hat on
yes,
here
we're all
as we
today.
speak. So, it's about stepping out of just the role that most people see us as.
Yes.
Maybe people are only familiar with the police department from that 5-second clip they see on the evening news.
Yes.
And they base their opinions, they base their thoughts, whatever they think of the police department just based on that. So it's invaluable to give them another way to look at us and see us as humans, see us as friends, see us as community helpers.
Yes. And I think that's really important to be able to show the positive side of being a police officer, first responder, and in showing that we are here for you, we want to help you, we want to connect you, be like a wealth of information and education to you is here. And part of that is collaborating with partnerships in different organizations. While there's many out there, this is just probably one of those many. But it's good when you know that you have your own brothers and sisters that are serving with you that are also serving in the military, that are working with you, as well as maybe you might have met somebody on a call or met somebody in the community that comes and maybe brings you. I know a lot of people come and support the police and bring free food sometimes, and maybe there's a veteran in there and they see you and they know that you're serving, and it is a lot. It's very similar in the two, that you're giving in your community just like they're giving for our country, just in a smaller span. So it's a smaller scale. So it's really important to have these relationships, and I value Chesterfield County Police so much for being a partner with this. I know Chesterfield Police Department is at Fort Gregg Adams often for various events, and the last couple of years have been amazing. You guys have come out as a group. You've had some great laughs. You've enjoyed some yummy food, and you're wrapping and meeting service members that are just amazing, and you're learning about, maybe that they are getting ready to retire, where they've been, how many kids they have. It's a great way of connecting communities, because then you learn that some of them actually live in Chesterfield County.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is a big piece of it. A lot of being a military spouse, I know there's a lot of families that tend to move away from the post because it just happens with time, where they want to be where the right school is, or where the right parks are, where the museums are, just be with everything that's going on. And with Chesterfield, there is a lot of military that are sitting in our county. And that's why I thought it was very important to bring in the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce with the police department this year, because of our businesses that are serving our military and serving our veterans and their families within this county. Because I think sometimes it gets overlooked because Fort Gregg's here and you're over here, but guess what? We're all whole, and they're moving out even further past Chesterfield.
Right.
And it's so important to make sure that we're giving time, we're helping them, we're listening, and we're there for them. And what better way to bring the Chesterfield County Police Department and the commerce with all the businesses. So Karen, this is your first year with Holiday Helper Association. So tell me what you're doing in your role to find a way to kind of take that and make a way for our military and veterans to connect the police department and our organization with you as a whole.
Right. And we're thrilled to be part with both of you. It's an amazing opportunity, and one of the things that we've started doing this year with the Chamber is having projects that we do that are not particularly about the businesses, but that the businesses support for the good of the county and beyond. And this one just fell in for this part of the year, which we didn't have one. But one of the things our businesses are looking for is, yes, they're part of the Chamber, and it's for networking businesses within their own business communities to build that community. It's education, it's learning, it's that kind of thing, but we're not touching the heart.
Yes.
And involvement in projects like Holiday Helper are touching the heart and giving that back. And it was amazing. The first project we did last spring that had a heart touch to it as well, to watch the businesses rally around each other, rally around whatever that particular focus was that we were doing, and actually become on their own more involved with giving in the community. And while we want to help with Holiday Helper, I'm also using it as a way to teach and expose our businesses to how they can then become part of a community. Because how much better would it be if our community became all-encompassing and not so segmented like it is now, that the business aspects here and on and on. And so that's what we're hoping to be able to have it be a win-win all the way around.
Yes, we're hoping that the feeling is contagious and everybody gets involved and the impact is felt. And I know Chesterfield County Police Department for years has been working on that engagement, building that up, getting more organizations involved, doing more events, bringing more awareness to Mr. Friendly Police Officer, as opposed to what you see. And you've come a long way. It's amazing, the improvements, the events. Like you were on my show recently, and you've really brought in effort to come in here and say, I got this. This is my specialty. I got community engagement. I'm all over it because I'm doing this. You mentioned you're helping citizens. Just like she mentioned, you're in different areas, but you want to bring everybody together. And that is the reason why both of you are here, to bring the community together. And it's just amazing because you're going to have the boxes at different businesses, which these boxes are huge. So if you all have ever seen a Toys for Tot boxes, they're very similar. They are wrapped. They'll have this blue wonderful flyer. They're going to be located at the police stations and also several businesses. I know you mentioned probably 6 at least at this time, or 5 or 6.
Actually, since we've been here, I just got 2 more.
Oh,
So-
yes, that's great. That's great. Well, I was going to say, the police department, we've already been working behind the scenes as well, where every station, the captains are in charge. They're going to be working at every station, having a box, and then also headquarters. So if you want to tell our audience just real quick some of these station names, so that if they live on one side, they don't have to clearly go on the other side of the county to drop off.
Okay, we have one station on Route 1 by 150.
Mm-hmm.
Our main headquarters is right there at 10 and Beach, Iron Bridge and Beach Road. A little further down on Route 10, next to the Chick-fil-A, because everybody knows where that is,
Yes.
is another one of our stations. And we have a station up in Woodlake.
Yes. So if you want to drop off and maybe even go and talk to a police officer and ask them how their day is, you can also drop off the toy, or the toys. I think I did mention this, and I apologize. The toys would be for infant all the way to 12 to 13 years old. And we also have a great program that started in the last 2 years, and it's for our infants, our parents that are, newbies, and a lot of them are deployed. And we're helping them with all the items that they need as new parents, whether it's a pack and play, whether it's bottles, whether it's bibs, onesies, pacifiers. I feel like I'm missing some stuff. It's been so long. I'm but anything that's with babies, you can also make it. It doesn't have to come from the store. If you like to knit or crochet, we have many organizations that they make it an all-year effort to make bags full of scarves, hats, mittens, baby blankets are a favorite. And we also, our association teams up with Operation Homefront at the Dollar Trees all over. And we have dedicated volunteers from different organizations that pick up from these locations starting the 1st of November all the way to the first week of December. I'm actually still one of those volunteers. I have my store that I've picked up for years, and I pick up every week. It's just whatever people donate when they're in line. To say, do you want to donate to a military child? Do you want a Dollar Tree stocking stuffer? Those go to Fort Gregg Adams, and they're dispersed among the National Guard, reservist, active duty of all branches. And these are our junior enlisted, as well as other ranked military service members that might be going through hardship. And believe it or not, right now, people are going through that. I've seen food pantries kind of come up in the woodwork in the last year at Fort Gregg Adams. Families are really struggling, and you would think, oh, well, they're in the military. Well, I'm a military spouse, and let me tell you, yeah, no, it's not even TRICARE. I think we do it because we believe in giving service before self, because there really isn't our pay scale, my husband's pay scale is not even comparison to other civilian jobs. There's no comparison at all. And it doesn't go up as fast either. So they need the help. And do remember that these folks are also maybe National Guard and reservists serving as first responders, having businesses, entrepreneurs. Maybe they're a factory worker. Maybe they're also a frontline worker. So you got to remember that everybody's story is different. And we're just there to create an impact and help them. And at the Holiday Helper Association, we not only serve at Christmas time, but back to school. We help our families when they maybe have a fire, a displacement. We partner with the American Red Cross. We partner with different associations. We have the full support of our garrison, as well as different associations on post, our units. Everybody is involved, and bringing you two on just kind of builds it up even more. And I love it when we bring new people on because that shows the growth from serving just a couple hundred families in 2014 to now serving many more. It's just amazing to see. Those numbers have risen, and we also have great people that I've brought in the midst of what I do for a living. Mike King, I have to mention him because I'm sitting here on the show right now in his studio. I said, you got to know about Holiday Helper, not just what I'm doing over here. And last year we came on and we discussed that, and I'm really appreciative of that. And then this year we brought even more that come on the show and have their own shows, just like you, Karen. It really does say a lot when you talk about it. Just like having you on my show a few weeks ago, I had to mention Holiday Helper, and knowing that Chesterfield County Police has been a supporter, and in knowing, okay, you're the community engagement guy, you are the expert in that area, it's important to bring you on, and look where you are today. You're here wearing a Santa hat. So you're in now.
I'm in.
You're in now. And if you want to volunteer, if you go to our website, it's www.holidayhelperassociation.com. You can just go on that website and send a message, or you can go on our Facebook page at Holiday Helper Association, and you can say, I want to volunteer. Where can I help? And we have a volunteer coordinator, and she will get you all set up. These wonderful people are going to be coming to volunteer, as well as Mike King, in December. And you will be coming in wearing whatever you want to wear, your festive gear. You can be an elf, rapper, or you can just sing some Christmas carols and make somebody's day. I mean, and you get to load the items to the service members that we're serving. And sometimes you learn so much about them. And I can tell you from some past history, like I've gotten to know some and they've become my friends. And I, again, was a receiver on the other end one year. And I've also been a volunteer. So I get it and I understand it, and it's needed. They can't do what they do without us in the community.
So. And Michelle, can you tell us the dates for
the
donations,
yes, thank
please?
you. So today's the kickoff. Boxes will be going to your office, as well as the Chesterfield County Police Department, starting tomorrow, and they will be there through November 21st. November 21st will be the last day. And if you say, oh no, I can't get there till the 22nd, believe me, he'll call me, she'll call me, we'll work it out. But yes, you can take your items to one of these two wonderful folks and their businesses. And will you have anything on your social media pages?
We sure will.
So that will be under the chamber?
Yes.
Okay. So the chamber is going to have what businesses you can have drop-off locations. And then he mentioned the different stations that you can drop off as well. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to add? Because I'm so happy talking about it, because this is my happy place. I love this.
So Michelle, give us one specific story of somebody in the years who has received assistance through this.
Well, I'm not going to use myself.
No.
But I will. I'll use. So I met somebody last year, and she came in, and she was one of our first service members that we served, and she was in mortuary affairs, and I was able to be her elf. I just happened to be, I was in the right place at the right time with her, and I went around and shopped with her. One of our buildings is set up like a mini Toys R Us. They get to pick a certain amount of items in each area. And then we actually have some fun areas as well where they get extra special items. Mm-hmm. And I got to learn about her, found out that she was getting deployed, found out that she was kind of like a Brady Bunch family. And I went above and beyond to actually give her my own sewing machine a couple days later, because I found that she liked to sew and I can't remember how to use my sewing machine anymore. So I was like, well, I have this brand new machine that I've never used, and I wanted to give it back to somebody that I know would use it. And all I asked in return is she would do a project for me, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't remember. And she said, no problem. So what was really cool was it wasn't just me. I was working with a couple other volunteers that were service members and community volunteers, and we all were wrapping her gifts toward the end, and it took longer because there was a lot of gifts and we were learning more about her. So sometimes when we learn more about that individual, we go even further out to help that individual. And I think it was like a 2-hour affair. Mm-hmm. And we helped load. It was just so many smiles and warmth, and everybody that was involved. If it was service members that were helping us, they're now all my social media friends, and they're always liking my post, asking how I'm doing. And even the person that we helped, same thing. Mm-hmm. So that is what it's about. Yeah. And then also I have to plug in Chesterfield County Police as well. You've had some great leaders that have come out, been so ecstatic about shopping with the service member. Mm-hmm. And I have to give a shout out. I think it's Major Keogh now. Is it Major Keogh?
I'm not sure. I know he's
captain.
I got
it. Oh, did he captain? Sure. Did I get it wrong? Okay. I might have got the rank wrong. But he came out ready to be an elf. He was so happy. He had full smiles out. He made the Holiday Helper the last couple of years, because he's out there just smiling away and talking to people and giving books out. He's sitting there looking at all the books. And just to mention, one of our book partners is the Chesterfield, the Children's Museum of Richmond. They give over 1,000 books each year to us. Oh, wow. And I go collect them with my family. That's what we do We go collect them, we take them all the way, and we go through all of them with the team. It's a great, cool affair. And so it's a family. And when you bring partners on that bring joy and smiles, it's just great. And that's what we're going to see from you this year too. And you're going to have your Santa hat on.
I will.
And you're going to have maybe some bells on, jiggling with a little necklace, the little elf necklaces.
Maybe just a little glitter. Bells.
But there's so many opportunities for you guys to jump in and help our service members and to help citizens of Chesterfield County. So thank you both for being on my show and taking the time to give back to our communities. And as you said, together as one. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
I
thank you so
appreciate it.
much. I don't know.